Dog, my vex, so you never come link me. But yo, anytime you come back to Jamaica, Caspian, anytime you have to come give me a link. Trust me. And I got some bad bitches for you too.
First and foremost, the world boss is free. Gaza Nation. You already know who I am. I haven't put a video out in a long time, right? There's a reason for that. Now that the world boss is free, he got Bentleys, Rolls Royces. The kids is taken care of. The family's taken care of. Everybody's good. And I just been sitting back as a fan, watching this whole shit and going, damn, that's exactly what I wanted the world boss to do. Visa. He's in America now. He's in Miami. He's in Barbados. He's in Grenadine. He's in St. Vincent's. Like, let's fucking go. I just been sitting back on the sidelines watching this. The world boss. Forwarding dancehall to everyone in the whole world. Just such a great look. Beyond what you think about in Jamaica, if you talk about worldwide, just a legend for dancehall. It's absolutely amazing. But for all my Gaza fans who know me, you guys know how long I have my show and how long I've been repping World Boss for. And I said, bro, I seen him talk about prison. I seen Sean Storm talk about prison. I seen Gaza Tiago, Mad Sus, talk about prison. I've seen them all, just talk about their experiences. And I said, yo, I'm never gonna drop this. But then at one point I said, yo, I have to drop this for the culture. Because most people don't know that my videos from 2018 breaking down Vybz Kartel songs, especially when he had a lull, like when he didn't upload songs for a year and a half, like shit like that. I'm like, yo, I feel like I was a part of keeping that going, right? And I'm gonna drop these bombshells today just to show people, anybody who respects the boss, anything, how real of a person this motherfucker is. So I'm gonna show you DMs from me to the boss in prison and how long we knew each other and we talked in this video. I know it's crazy. I didn't think I was ever gonna leak them, but as it shows in my videos, I always knew the world boss was gonna be free, and every time he talked to me, he always knew he was gonna be free too. So, without further ado, let me show you what hustling, grinding, belief in yourself, and just perseverance gets you. Cause I'm about to drop the world boss DMs. I love you, Gaza Nation. Gaza Forever. April 18th, 2018. My first DM ever on Instagram to the world boss. I said, yo, I just did an episode on underwater. Remember? Underwater, mi hood underwater. Underwater, mi hood underwater. So I sent that to the world boss as an episode. I had already done episodes. I think the first episode I ever uploaded to break down Vybz Kartel's lyrics to English and from Patois to English was, for the Patois illiterate. That's what I used to say. That was my tagline. Rompin' Shop. Obviously, that was the first song I ever did. When Underwater came out, I did an episode. That was the first time I ever had the balls, pause, but I ever had the balls to send my product to World Boss in his DMs, because I didn't even know at that time he had a phone in prison. You know what I mean? Like crazy shit. Once I found that out, I said, let me send this to him. The very next month, I must have been getting hype from the Gaza fans, because I remember when I put out that first episode, I was like, damn, I got like 22 comments and like 500 views on Rompin' Shop, the breakdown. Then all of a sudden, by like third or fourth video, so literally the next month after April, in May, I DM'd World Boss 2 more times with 2 more episodes. Like, yo, like, I know you got an IG, homie. I know you're locked up, but you're the king, bro. You're living like a king. I know you got it. I start spamming him. He doesn't respond to any of these episodes, mind you, but I still sent them to him like a G, right? Like, yo, you gotta try, right? This is my idol. You gotta try. I hit him again in June. Wifey that. I hit him again in June. In the DMs, I said, yo, I'm 20 episodes deep. So, wow, I have to look back, but I'm 20 episodes deep at this point. And I said, yo, you World Boss, you got your own show now. Like, this is fire. Still no response. 3 months in. Cool, right? Never give up. Always persevere, right? If you feel like you got something good, continue to try to get the best value for it. Here's where it gets crazy, guys, nation. I go to June. I send him a couple more episodes. Nothing happens. Then, as you see here, I have this weird text after that, right after that month. And I say, I'm shocked that you even know who I am, blah, 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 right? So, well, the craziest part about that is this guy, it's Jay Wonder 21st. If you're from Jamaica, you probably know who he is. Jay Wonder. Everybody knows who Jay Wonder is, right? So this producer, he posted a clip of my Underwater review on his page, right? And Johnny Wonder, I could post that DM too. Maybe I shall. But he said, he posted that, but he didn't know who I was. So then I hit him up and I was like, yo, that's my video. And then I was like, I said something where it got misconstrued. I'll just pull it up, where he thought that I was saying I was Kartel, but I was saying that I was the person who made this Underwater review about Kartel. Then he ended up telling me that Kartel knew who I was. So after all these months of me putting out the videos and Gaza fans telling me like, yo, this is dope and this is gonna make it, Jay Wonder, Johnny Wonder, he found out this whole series, but he didn't know who I was. So then I posted. Then, and I can probably pull this up and post it on the screen. He said Vybz Kartel knew who I was. And I was like, what, bro? Like, what? Nah, like, stop lying. Like, this dude, like, the king of dancehall knows who I am? Like, the fuck out of here, bro. Like, I was crazy with this shit. It was just, It was like the most mind-blowing shit on earth just because of how big of a fan I am to dancehall and the whole culture. So that shit blew my mind, right? Pause. So now, first DM ever from World Boss. First DM ever from World Boss himself, right? I'm here glazing. Oh my God, I can't believe you ever even seen my episode. I'm so hyped. Like, yo, the World Boss has seen me and knows who I am, right? I mean, this is the greatest motherfucking musician of all time. Because of his circumstances, I was able to contact him through some wild idea I had to translate his music into English. Like, fucking mind-blowing that this even happened, right? He hits me. Enough respect. Da 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 da. I respect this shit. What, bro? Like, imagine you came up with this idea, you pursue it, right? You think it's good for the culture. You pray that he likes it. And then all of a sudden, one day, he hits you back and goes, I actually really like the show. Thank you so much for having it. Like, what do you think my work day was that day? I was like, bro, I don't even need to be at work right now doing HVAC. I'm a legend, bro. Like, Vybz Kartel hit me up. Like, that's how happy I was. And I'm referencing that because I saw that African dude who was like doing well in his own right when Vybz Kartel followed him. He had his ill breakdown. He's like, yo, the World Boss. Like, and I'm like, I felt the same fucking way, bro. I felt the same way, bro. I can't lie. It was wild. Now, the World Boss, King of Dancehall, in prison, says to me, I will give you a preview of a song that never came out. Do you understand, as a fan of just music in general? Just imagine if you were a country fan and Garth Brooks said, yo, I'm gonna give you a song early. Don't leak it to the public. And you go, what the fuck, bro? Just imagine if NBA YoungBoy just hit you up as a fan and was like, here, dog, check this before it goes out. I didn't even know if it was real or not, bro. I'm like, this is fucking, like, oh man, I must have been so hyped at the time. Like, this is the wildest shit you ever seen in your life. Just from making the show. Just off the strength of me just making the show on YouTube. Wild shit, bro. Absolutely legendary. Hey, yo, remember, I never thought the World Boss would ever even know me or speak to me or acknowledge me, right? World Boss fucking says this to me. Now I'm gassed up. Bro, what? Like, you're saying you respect what I did? Man. Man. Now you got the greatest lyricist of all time. And Jay-Z and Nas and Biggie and Tupac are all in my top, but He's higher than all of them. Let's be real, to me, right? And he's telling me that I should be on NBC and shit. I fucking couldn't even understand it. That's when I had to break down like how the idea of this show even started. Shout out to Billy Burns. Billy Burns. I went to Billy, I said, Billy, I think I want to make a show breaking down patois to the Americans, bro. Like breaking down patois to the patois a little bit, right? Should I cover all of dancehall, or should I cover my favorite artist, Vybz Kartel? Billy Burns said, do Vybz Kartel. Wild, right? But yo, amazing. So I had to let Vybz Kartel know how the idea came. Imagine the king of dancehall telling you that you are a piece of dancehall history when you are a white American. A white American. I grew up, never met my father. My mother died when I was 25 years old. I grew up in the hood. She was an immigrant, right? I grew up around dancehall since I was a kid. I'm a fan before Vybz Kartel. I'm Shabba Ranks. I'm Buju. I'm Cuddy Ranks. I'm like, I'm crazy into fucking dancehall, right? I was at middle school parties filling up on bitches when I was 12 to dancehall. Like, stop it, right? And my favorite artist ever says, I'm a piece of dancehall history. Jesus fucking Christ. What do you say to that, right? What do you say to that, bro? Like, wild that I'm even having this correspondence with the legend, and it's all because of a situation that should have never happened to him, but it was beneficial to me. It's hard to like fathom what happened. Like, Jay-Z is one of my other favorite artists in the world, but Jay-Z lives on the outside, so Jay-Z would have never spoke to me if I DM'd him and made a show about Jay-Z. Maybe if it took off, but all of it was just mind-boggling to me that all this was happening. Like, I could actually speak to the legend, you know, like to a legend. It's like, hey, I'm calling LeBron up, and then LeBron actually responds to me. It's wild, bro. Wild. Boom. All of a sudden, I get a voicemail, G. What? I don't know the date. You guys check the date. After talking for a certain amount of time, I must have gained trust, right? I must have. I get my first voicemail from Kartel. I said, Bumbacla, like, yeah. This shit is real, bro. Like, I did something for Gaza Nation. I'm not just some vampire white boy trying to steal clout, do anything like the world boss. This is really him. This ain't his manager no more. Because at some point, because the narrative at the time was like, world boss don't control his IG or anything. Like somebody else does. And that's for prison reasons. The only reason I feel comfortable talking about it is because he talked about recording in prison and stuff like that. So I feel like I can talk about it now. First time I heard a voicemail, oh, I gotta hold a secret from the public. Guess who does control Vybz Kartel's IG? Vybz Kartel. Yeah, it was wild when I finally got my first voicemail. You guys don't get to hear it, but you see the waves. You see it. I can't play those. I ain't gonna let it all out. You wanna see a little piece of history? Bro, What's this DM? Vybz Kartel. Deja Azim Palmer sent me lyrics so I could break it down before it came out, before there was a lyric video, before the song dropped. He sent me lyrics, bro. Do you know how special one could feel with receiving that knowledge, bro? Like, yo, bro, legendary. I'm not bragging. I'm just showing that I'm a lucky person to have these interactions. Crazy, Gaza Nation. Come on. All right, now check it. I am not trying to say ever that I'm best friends with the world boss or friends at all. You know, Lenny Maddock, Matt Sush, Sean Storm, you already know, White Bot, like everybody, Jesus Christ, Usain Bolt, like Poppy, like everybody is more closer than I'll ever be, right? Drop Top, Swag Shop, Juju, like I could go through the list. Like I know so many people in his circle that are closer than I ever am. But at one point, he was locked in prison, and I've been locked up before. I've been in prison 23 and ones. Like, bro, if I had a phone back then when I was locked up, Jesus Christ. So I'm just saying, I was on a cool level enough that we were talking about movie recommendations. Yeah, like this is absolutely wild historical shit to me as just a regular person, just being able to even show you this. And I held this back from Gaza Nation forever because I was like, I would never leak shit. I'm not a rat. I'll never leak shit. Once he started talking about illegal recording processes in prison and shit, I said, alright, let me give him a year, let him get all the Rolls Royces and the Mercedes and shit. He's living good, he got a visa, everything's good. Now, let me brag a little bit about what my show did. Absolute fire. I'm a full fucking yardie. You can't deny that I'm a real yardie. Fuck foreign.
Yeah, I know you can do better than Winford. Listen, we can do it this Saturday. Just give me a time, and I'll send you the WhatsApp number for one of them, so you can communicate. And just give me a time, and they'll do it. That's the least, man. Trust me. And as it relates to the writing, yo, even their mother sometimes, she gotta call me like, yo, you deal with them too wicked, yo, you have to take time with them. Yeah, man, I don't pet them, man. They gotta be fucking great writers, or it don't make no sense. Well, from my perspective at least, because I'm a writer, so they gotta be good at that shit. But yeah, just let me know and I'll send a WhatsApp number for one of them. I don't know, I just saw your text. Maybe you can interview my son. That would be a good look. Like a one-on-one interview, like for an hour or so. Yeah, man, I know that. But I like the conversation. Because people need to know. Because I fucking slaved those motherfuckers to learn how to write. So people need to know. So it's nothing, man. It's all good. I'm glad you brought it up.